Even dokin chan cha chan song loi ngam pe tu pathiam chanam ko se boi pa tha tuk sing shan tu ni zong ama thang chat na ka manung tam pi kan ra khom nai manung thar zong het ni fatin teng kam mu peng tu zong he mi phundang kan unaw na zong an man ra be cha hen kan lom khun minaw na zong nan chan man ning tha tok kan nyang tha wang na o kan thelo nak sao tuk chang e ten solo zong la kan sak piak kan alom su sui zong la hot rak thiam tok cha atang atlai mi nak man na thiam de la tia karwa e ka hin kam minaw na zong worship la kan train nak se bawal chan nan rel naka solo nan sak a kan khun khun zong apani request bak mi te kan sak piak asung loi tuk sing shan flam tong zong kan thiam me zo hol zong kan thiam matu zong men lawe kan me bak lo kan manaw na he kai wang tuk minan nan se nan chunga kai lom tuk timi te kha ba chim ka bandu e khoi manaw na chan man mi chunga lom na ka kan dilak te ku bang ta hau se arong so rola kan dang mien silo te ka khan an program man mi tu khan se zong bial te khan lom ding ka sirong khan se pakhat te ka lung chunga mi te manaw kong han pe tang ba chim ta ka bandu mi cho kwal he tu samar he ka tlong ngai ne kum se kum sa se adang dang som tu nim kom han se lo ka tlong kholowi tu kum he ka kal na khe tam deu he mino kem de wa kan som mi mino kem de ka ba kal ton kai kem ka kal po wa han ser ngai zon ru ngai kin sakhat ka tha jang kai chua e ka ba tlong na ka ba chon na tha jang ka pek na la je ti si zonga an kri fa bui am pasor ka si velo ronga hen ka kion huwa chun adi ve khau zai to ke an zon ka hai ru na e zon ru na ka ne e tha ka hai cham pyak ko na zonga tha jang ka pek du na zonga khan am pasor ka si velo ronga khan avadi ve ko semen se lo ka ban ru tha mi cho o ma rong me local te mi he rak sung loi na rak si ka te churong a hen CCBC menau na khol ka thon tam zonga bawa sari zong summer chung kan tu kho pa lo e mam dok zonga ra ka thei thiam ko lo CCBC menau he kan do pik minan sa ko ti mi te kha ban chim thang ka ban du okay that's it kan exact all right ma dok thiam in a che chala chut evangelist an ra to atang pastor an ra to ne kan ba do tuk na kan ba te chan tuk na te kin amal nak chawang kal ve chan ko le je ti si zonga khol tam pian to na chun menung cho akan ching chia peng lai loนั่นในมูชานติกาโอ้นางมามันสิกาบัดดีเกกะจงกำมังเวจังจะดูโซกันในมูเบลจังกมันอาเคนอิพิลเป็นแค่สกอสมัยสิโล local เตอุมมีมนุงเตเฮอิโดโกสิโลอิโบเชมเป็นโกสิโลท่าจังอิเปเป็นโกสิอาเมนอะไรอย่างไรมโนจงข้ากบโดเตเข้าเลยเรากำมามโนสกอดังนี้ขี้เขามินุลปานาเคไก่มาmember บรรทุกบดเลยและท่าจังมาเปียกขอจงงะเรามีดังนี้ปาโซจงข้าท่าจังมาเปียกบดขอจงงะไปเรากำมาปองเตกำมาchungเตอุมิเตเฮอีโดที่ท่าจังเปียกเฮเทียมเฮบอยปานเนี่ยกันฟิลมีสกอลโมที่มิเตเฮกลุงchungะชวกไงมาเตข้ามาซาบิกับบัญชิมกับบันดูเอกำปองกำเตมนุงปังอาปลีสองข้ากำมาและกำมาเฮอีโดโกสิโลท่าจังเปียกโกสิเทียบันชิมตาหนาวเสมาบักคาสกออดังมีข้าบดดคนไอจงอะเลยมาชุงเตมาปองกำข้าอินชุงคาร์บอนตุกเตอิน CCBC กันต้นเล่นนักยาชาตุกการอเมนทังจงนิจานจงอะฟงกันชนีกระโคลาเลยที่กระชิมจงอะก็เทียมตุกปะเทียนเรียนจวนนักโกลาวก็ตีกาเฮนไงเช็ดนักจงลำพลาตุนก็มันฟอมปีกาเบียกนันจงอะซันเดย์อันปุ่มเมนเราเทียกระวนาเตอินมาชุงตูการเฟลเตอันปุ่มมีกำหูจ่าเห็นกายลมตุกนิจานะตัวปีนักการมีนักจงเอาไปปันชัดช่วงเปกอนาเซ่ตัวปีนักจน last minute ชิมเปงสิรงอาเห็นเสียจาจนมนุษย์กันช็อกโคฮามาตีรัวมีนาเตอินกังกัลคนหารวงกายลมตุกที่มีค่าการมาชิมกันมันดู Emmanuel right good to see you who are you friends with again Solomon Solomon in that entertaining say oh everybody oh soccer what a What a good way to unite, right? Chatok. That's good. Good to see you. You have seen our program. It's good so far, right? Wait until you eat the food. It's going to be better. So you are always welcome here. I will try to say some words in English. I make the PowerPoint in English. That way you may understand. So it's up there too. So you're always welcome to hang out with us, to be a part of this church, okay? So it's just not just for Chin people, but for every Christian. So we just want to say welcome, right? Thank you. So set law tu ni zong he ke hollet ka kaman le ni ko mo bamalu bata pian mala bama pian le khoda busanong he busanong salo thong chanu no ကျေးဇူးများခြင်းနဲ့ထောင်ချနုကဘာသာပြန်မှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်เห็นตุกเตนท่าจังนั้นชวมีจงกันนโลมีอรวงโจขวากระส่วนตัวน่ะเห็นมาตูจงกันเนฟลามจงกันเนโกลมีจงกันเนกติตัวน่ะเห็นอามาซาบิกันให้มีเซฮอลลันนั้นฮอลลันติซิเซเซฮอลลันนั้นปุ่มเนติเคอันเทดุจะมีเสละลายฮอลเตียงกันในปุ่มก็กอลเซอร์วิสจงกันในตัวก็เตียกระชิมตัวนะมาลองสโลวินปาสร์ประคัดลองกระเสียกติน่ะเห็นนางมันนุ่มโลเขาจะทองชาชิมตัวติค่ะปนินักก็ชินakan hal bang misale kan ni krifa bujo krifa upa jong se nu bu upa se meno sana se member sana se pathian du mitam pian nu mi thong cha chim kho mi jong kan evangelist pakhat jong kan nei adang krifa upa jong tam pi kan nei amma thong cha chima kan bom ko we ti jong ka ka chim to mi si kai jong kai lom tuk ti mi te kha masabik ban chim ko bandu meno na chan la kan pek kai lom tu zar he kai ma ka chim la mai zar ka chim la e manu tu kan krifa upa la dang ni an chim chan te lai. All right, let's look at the text. I didn't know you guys were gonna do this Bible verse, but I thought about doing other sermon, other passage, but this passage keep coming back to me also. So it's gonna be about Ecclesiastes 11:9, 12:1. Everybody say with me, Ecclesiastes. Boy, even chimnik Ecclesiastes. Fair enough, close enough. Chim har tak misi zo marang hal cente. Marang hal chim har ngai misi ke bakat long ka chim la le di se lo. Phung chim tu kan ti phung chim tu angan lei kwa a me pakwa en makan lei ni kha meno kong kha si ma ti kha som dinga kan som na. Next. Marang chan ka man tial lai ka man tial koi marang chan ka man re ko lai la hol chen nan thei tuk misi ko ronga. Rejoice, O young man, in your youth, and let your heart be cheer you in the days of your youth. Walk in the ways of your heart and the sights of your eyes. But know that for all these things, God will bring you into judgment. Remove vexation from your heart. Put away pain from your body. For youth and the dawn of life are vanity. 12:1. Remember also your Creator in the days of your youth, before the evil days come and the years draw near, of which you will say, I have no pleasure in them. หลายจานบันเรื่องหนึ่งเราโมเมนเอานานั่นเมนเอาสินาคาลบนักอินมังกูนั่นเอาเลวะหินนั่นลงนิลบนักมุกูเสนั่นดูมีคาตัวกูนั่นลงอดูมีคามุกูเสมันเสลอนั่นตัวมีทิลปวาคันปะเทียนนี้เบียกันใจลาติคางัลกูใจมันนั่นลงเรอิเทตลาอูใจมันฟานักอิเปตลาอูสาวปีอินนั่นโนติไลโลอันนั้นเลยเนี่ยจูจ้านั่นตั้งวาเลียวานั่นมาอันสารตุขาพิลาอูนี่ชะลาวนาอันพันลานเล่อันชงะนบนักใจมันกังเงโลนั่นที่มีกุมนาอันนายลันอาหินเดี๋ยวกันจะเปียกปะเทียมเบียบวยปานเขาชนะเปียกก็แซ่ทากันมันจำตาละบวยป้ากันปะเทียนตุเนียลำละกันช่วยชามโลนับเบีย ประกันเฟียนเตอร์มินาจาลงอ่ะบุยป้าชิมมิสโลฮิกานุนนักในมินาเบียเตนิกันนุนนักเฮมันเสียกันเทียมีนาดูนักบุยป้าสงะกันมีดฟ้าเล็กันสิโกนักงะกับบอมพรามเขานัสลปากับมุรกากันทินลงกระวนักเบียเตนักกุศลบุยป้ากันเป็กเทียงทราวกันทินลงกุศลเบียเตรักันอมเปียกโลนังมาเนเบียเฟียนนักโคนักกันในโคนักงะกับบอมพรามเขาฟุป้าจิสุคริมลังโบชนินทากันจำบุยป้ากันปะเทียนอาเมนIf you go back to verse 11:9, it said, "Rejoice, young man, in your youth." Right? What the Bible is saying is this: to rejoice it. There's something good about being youth, something good about being young, because you have energy, you have strength, you have wisdom. You feel like you can do all things, and you might. The Bible said this. In 11:9, it says, "Walk in the ways of your heart and the sides of your eyes." Na tinlong du mile na mit mu ning na du ning te kan nung ko seman selo te ilom ko nung ko na manaw sinaki iporlo ko na te in adong naga chun boy pani bia an chek ti la ti kha phil la lo te Bible chan he manaw he ilom hlau atelo chapo sai te pol tu azong he atha ka ti chu chemical nak te friendship kong ka chom piak ton ha e hoi la kom du zong he a tha mi so hoi kom dinga boy pa ni sar mi kan se amen te ka khan na hoi la na du tuk ti mi zong he nu la pa nan chimi zong he aman de lo an du ding se hoi kom sin uncle du ding mi man kha comfort na ding se in chung long te peng e tv ma phong long te zo kha kan du ding ka rak sa ton lo chu inuam na se len te chal na se an tha jang mang na se sport chal nak le adang dang thil tha an tha jang man lo sia chun sual naga an tha jang am mang men la. What the Bible is saying is this: yes, enjoy your young days. You may also walk in the ways of your heart and the size of your eyes. You may do all things fun, but know that in the end, God's gonna judge you. So remove all that sins and all that worries from your heart. Put away all your pain from your body. Because life without God is meaningless. Life without God is meaningless. Mino kan siko zonga upa kan siko zonga boy patal lawin chun zai zong bial te he pung chim tu ni ati bang mi cho pak palong long ten siko we te pak palong long ten siko we te Mino nan nan nak nan tha jang nan man mi vial te boy pat thai lawa chun boy pa nang hat lawa chun boy pa cha nan nun nak nan chwa lo sia chun pak palong long te sie ti kha akan chim. So this title, this message is Remember Your Creator. Remember your Creator in your youth. Tungaya cheri ni aram tok te akan deep yak mi kai lom tok. Meno Bible chang kan tinate in. Nanun ko ri na tha jang umri ko achun meno na sako. Amen. Boy pacha achun meno nan sako. Atak ti achun tar da wahan do meno ka sidikin do kal diok din ka sichote. Ache ko chukum som nga chung sikha kan du tuk ton le. Ai kum som nga chung kan si zonga boy pani tha jang kam pe ko kan ngandam ko achun kan nau ri ko. Kampong kam upada ipo ka jang fa nak tin nau tuk ri ko ti ra kan chimpiak da nau jang fa nak tin tar to kan ruas puchun kha ban chimo. Kapa sung da pa rim manau sina dia le manau nak na nau de mi lo valai chung vial te he ti hen pathian tan lo in nun he ze da sualam ha mo ti akhan sualam kho ha ma ti angkol to ni ma ti chu tlom pa te kan lang trap tang hala. I'm going to explain what it is. There are men try to explain life without God. These are the worldviews that people have. They try to make sense life without God, but it cannot make sense and it cannot bring purpose to man. Humanism. Man is the center of all things. College guy mi philosophy class they po nan chong pa ko la. Humanism. Man is the center of all things. It's about man. There's nothing else involved. There's no God. It's all about man and what we want and what we need. Menung long ko nga si humanism timi. Naturalism timi cho valay chung he. Supernatural, hartil, miracles. Ngak nuni fa ne ti manuk bo ba kha man khomi salo boy pa ni wine kha tia attentim nuk po zong ka asakho mi thil po salo ti ka waina attentim mi zong ka asakho mi salo, right? Natural law long he asiti min naturalism vlei chung thingkung na vial te adang dang he kan than manung he kan dan nak zai man umlo tia anti to mi zong se skepticism manung he te pam ping ya long en thil kan thei kho le zong vial te pam ping ya ni hin a phishing kho te pam ping ya ni yes atilawa chun how many yes si dak no kan nei lo tia skeptic pol ni chon an chim mi se ma tel ni kan valai kan nop nak ape de ha mo manung kan seeding he reasoning ka tha de kan pe khong ha mo tia an ro liberalism so miracles don't happen khro ha thil pol he valai chunga kho lo achana chun pishin nak ding reason tampim la le ma chu pathian ti mi he shim lo tia an chim mi se existentialism ni chun je dan ro ti sia chan ni chun manung he na du mi pau kha tua ko na du ning pau in nung ko sar tu na nei lo na thi nu zonga zai dang lo na nun chung te khan nung la le tha te nai nung la le na chan mi he zai ba si zonga manung nai chan mi he nuam ten khwa sa ko lo na du mi pau tua ko tia hen valai chung philosophy pol ni hin pathian tal lo in nun he sualam nga mo tia a phi ang kole hi history chunga kam mu mi vial te sale hi pakhat mani valai chunga nun nak he sualam angai tarlo pathian talo chun nun sualam lo amen sar tu lo chun sar tu pathian lo wa chun manung he kan nung sa so ala kan thi sa so la sar tu pathian lo wa chun manung he saram kan dan nak zai man la lo sar tu pathian lo wa chun nang la ke sualam biakan kan rap mi jong thang chana kan nei mi jong siang kan kai mi jong tangka kan ko mi jong zai man solam la lo fa kan nei mi po jong zai man solam la lo sar tu pathian lo wa chun atak te chima chun valai chung nun ne ro chana kom lo min nun nak se pak palong long te se without God man cannot find reason to live, man cannot find pleasure, man truly cannot find happiness without God. Without God, all things are meaningless. But these are the philosophy, the terms that people try to explain, try to make sense of life without God. That man is the center. That man, you just exist. Do whatever you want. As long as you don't hurt anybody, you are fine. Timi, befang pol he, valai chung ni chua pi mi worldview pol kan se. Valai chung ni chun pathian talo in nun he sualam ngai set ya ane du na te in. How many tu tianga valai chung nun he sualam angai tar khori lo boy pa ji su long le nun sualam makampe boy min thang chandam ko se history chung bia te ana zuam ko tu jong ana zuam chumari ko la none. Next ventua lo. So remember also your creator in the days of your youth before the evil days come. You know, young people, you will not be forever young. You know, there's a song that I really like listening, Forever Young, right, by Jay-Z. You know, back in my days, right? I try to listen to those songs and I'm trying to act all that young, but you know what? Age catch up to you, time catch up to you. You know, before I was 30, I could be doing everything, right? I feel like I could do anything. I could be going to the gym for 3 hours and I would not be tired at all. Is that my senior year? Midterm, I pulled all-nighter for 5 days straight. I pulled all-nighter for 5 days straight. From Monday, I took exam. I go back to library. I study. I take a nap for 2 hours. So 5 hour energy. And then I got up in the morning, 10 a.m. I take exam. I come back to the library. I just sit there and study, you know, because I study late. So I just do that every day for 5 days. Even after I finish the exam, I just go to the gym. Those were the good days when I was 21, when I was 22. But now, if I don't sleep by 2 a.m., the next day I get miserable. But your body catch up to you, your time catch up to you. And listen, you're gonna do, if you sin, if you do things that are not pleasing to God, in the end of it, you're gonna find no pleasure in them anymore. Sins might sound good and find more pleasurable when you do them, but at the end, you realize that you don't find pleasure in it. You know, I hear a lot of testimony, man. I hear a lot of testimony. There was one camp that I went to. Let me just say this really quick. You know, that camp, from the very beginning, was so sad. I was like, there's something off. There's something off with this youth camp. I couldn't explain. And then I was talking to the youth pastor later, the second day. He was like, you know, we lost somebody. We lost somebody like 3 months ago because of overdose in drug. That person was only like 16 years old. I was like, you should have told me that earlier. And I was like, something is off because everybody looks so sad. The whole youth group was like sad. They don't even want to sing. They feel like there's something missing. And there were 2 people, because of drugs, they are in jail. 2 youth, right? So what happened here is that what I realized after that is there were people missing in their life. Sin separate them. Some lost their life. Some lost the privilege to be outside with them. And there was even one youth, he was still trying to fight drug addiction. So even when I was speaking, he was shaking. And he couldn't help. So he had that withdrawal syndrome. So in the like really hot summer, he would just go run around the camp for like 5 laps and he'd come back. He just couldn't take it anymore. Withdrawal syndrome because of drugs. You know, sins is good until it's not. It's fleeting. It's fleeting. And at the end of the day, you will say, I cannot really find pleasure in it. I need something else. I need something else. Or I need something more. So you'll be happy, you'll be having fun. But the evil days are coming. Your life right now, whatever you do, don't really have consequences. You may vape, you may smoke, you may do this little bit, and they don't have that much consequences in your life yet. But when those things start to have more consequences in your life, you're going to realize that, wait a minute, I don't really have any pleasure in these sins. That days will come. So the Bible is saying this, remember your Creator, especially when you are young. Next one, the world saying this, youth for pleasure, middle age for business, and old age for religion. Avam mampak ngai koloma. Achim tu minso menauzo nuam te nunding. Alai laklong na siakan tu rian tuan chang ding la tangka colding. Upat nuakan patian colding ti an chimiso. Is that kind of true? Would you agree with that? Lai tang zong asko tu, lai tang zong asko. I boom me here tao long density. Tha cham mila biak na pha mi tao long density. Menau tam tu kam huti na lo lai tang zong a biak an chunga. Why? Biak nak ti mi he tar cha kan ro chang so. Le pathika kum kul le kum nga rong in kum som thum le kum nga rong kha tha te in tangka kol ne chung khar hen ban nei kha kan tim chang. But menau liu sia khan chun before you are like 23, 24, we think that it's all about pleasure, fun, going out, doing sports. They are not a bad thing in themselves, but they can lead you in a life that you don't want to live. Youth for pleasure, middle age for business, and then old age for religion. But the Bible says, any age that you are in, you got to remember your Creator. You have to know your God. Amen? Any age is for God. Tar nuwa nupi pasal kanay nuwa patiyang katayla timihe arak salaw. If you don't know God right now, you may not know God later. You know, kachim to mi kachim rigaw ning long. Atuliwa patiyan nadu lo wa chun. Tu nukum fra patiyang kadu la tiya nai chim kho mo. How can you tell, if you don't know God right now, how can you tell that you're going to know God in 10 years? How can you even tell that you're going to be alive in 10 years? You know, I have this conception when I was younger, when I was like 10, 11, 12, I said, I'll be young, I'll do whatever I want, and when I turn like 25, I'll find God, and I'll love God, and I'll involve in church. That's the wrong mentality that I used to have. But how do we know that we're going to make it? How do we know? Next one to Allah. Listen to this. You may find joy and you may do whatever you want with your heart and your eyes, but the Bible says this, or to summarize it, man will have to give account for all that he saw and did not enjoy. Because sin cannot really give you pleasure. All that you did cannot really give you enjoyment. But you do have to give account for all of that. One day before God, He will judge us. He will judge us for every single thing that we do before Him. The Bible says, enjoy your days. Enjoy your days. But remember that you're going to give account to God for all that you do. Sual na kan tua tela le. Nom nak la kan pe tung lo natin patiam hai becai ciam kan stela. Boy pa ma sual ka karakan nom tung lo mi ka tua mi zong chu mo biala ka cai ko la ti anga ti dalo. Anga ti dalo. Sual he ban tua lewa anuam mi lo ko na kan din huwa cha kan nuam tak tung lo wi. Ma bial te cha zong kham boy pa maya. Becai kan stela. Next one to Allah. There's 3 reasons to remember God in your youth. 1, you have so much energy, so much strength, so much time, so much resources. You have that. This is the year of your energetic years, that you have the strength that you can do all things. That's why you should remember God in your youth. 2nd, it's also dangerous years. This is where you are making formation about your life, direction of your life. Your brain is still forming and making senses of life. Your worldview is still changing. What path I should go, what I should do. So even if you get to know God when you are 21, 22, 23, or 30, or 40, you already have done enough sin. You already have done enough damage to your brain and your body. So even if you know God, your resources are limited. Your energy is limited. It's dangerous years. It's about hormones, right? You're still growing. Olympic. I keep reading about Olympic news. And this one kind of like disturbing news that I kind of read was this. In this past Olympic, they passed around 250,000 protection condoms, right? For all the athletes that live in the village, they pass around 250,000 protection. Because why? Because they're young, they're athletic, and they have so much hormone raging going on that they all kind of sleep together. They got zone. So, and nobody want to talk about it outside. But they like know about that. You know, they interview and they tell each other that they sleep together with other people from outside of the country. It's a normal thing that they would do in the Olympic village. Olympic village ti mia hen atua chun aizo mi via de vlei chung aizo mi nungak tlang baldo le athiam cha mi via de ka uncle na le ma de dan tua nungak tlang bal no de jon sna le ma pol de ma mun khana ban chia chung a de dan tua an ichina now am polo nak dinga protection am pek na ma kha protection pi kan chia le ma kha du cha borak lak se college jong sako ma manu pi kan chia le rak lak jiao sala ma kha manu paiza da ma protection ka an lak ti sia chun ting hi le thong songa am man kan telo mo na an lak chim du mi chu je tlok da nungak tlang ba te am ba I ji le am ba tua mi thil ba tam nga kam ma de kam hu kholo mi an zuam ve an stress ve te ka chun mindang nungak tlang ba le I ji jong kha normal an ro le vlei chung chu ma kha sako But here umlaut ti zum chang kawa chun du mi pau tua chang sako. But here umlaut ti akan zum chang kawa chun kan du mi pau tua I kal khas sang ko. No liu ti a tha jang liu ti a pathian cha man lawa chun valei cha man sako. Adong na ka chun teachable years. These are the years that you're still forming, and that you can be taught the Bible. You can be taught about life. These are the years that your brain is still forming, your heart is still forming. You know, even when you are 21, you have formed so many habits already that it's so hard to get rid of, even if you become a Christian. You might be smoking already, you might be drinking already, you might be doing any other things that are bad habits, that even after you become a Christian, it's so hard to get rid of because that has been a part of your habit, or you have been so lazy. Right? Teachable years, because you need to know God when you are young. Kan nấu liêu tia bắt thiên thầy hiệp bito, tha giang kan nei liêu se, chom piak ok kan that liêu te se, chupina chun, hi liêu tia bắt thiên thầy lawa chun, sual chungan lu chot nak leng le, apoy tuk na chan jong se. Next one to alo. This is what they do. When they do a survey, this is what they found out. The Christians, 85% of Christians, they become Christians before the age of 14. And 10% of Christians, the whole world, 10% of Christians become Christians when they are 15 to 30. Kum som tum nuye apyang thari cho 4% lawan se. They took on the avahar changmo. Why? But hiam bia kan thai ko wi kan lung khong a chung lung kha khong chin chin. But hiam bia kan thai ko chung kan lung kan ha tara chung kan thin lung kha hak chin chin. Ma churon chu no atu liu te he athabik chem chan se. Amen. Atu liu te he athabik chem chan se. Sen school camp as a kan timi jong khe atha tu kam bom na ding se. Atak dia chu acheu ka cham hana chun kan tlai pa chang. 85% of Christians become Christians before they were 14, because they're still teachable, so that they may know the truth and absorb it, and they can follow Jesus. 10% become Christians between when they are 15 to 30. Next, Jesus zultu nabia te he taktia chun kum lei thumin kum som thum kalak long asia. Jesus' disciples, they're like our youth here, you know, between like 13, probably 14, and then 30. Because some of them are still single, so they might be very young. They get married early, so some of them get married, like Peter Tepo, so they might be a little bit older, on the older side, like 20, 22, they are like about 13, 14. That's when they start following Jesus. Kachim du mizo menau na nan nau liu chan te manzia thiam ko nau se. Pathiam bia na ka chhuak ko nau se. Pathian sina tha jang la ko nau se. Kan nau liu tiam pathian na kan sar tu ko ko nau se. Amen. Volei chung nun na ke pathian te lo ajun sualam zai man kholo. Sualam zai man kholo. Zai tak la chan tha cham se atu e chan tha cham se. Atu zong ban rot ko te kan nu la kan pa pa kan chim lo le chu zai thuk in na kum som thum nu si chang hnui pathian thai lo we pathian thai du mane thai ar ning he kum som li nu ban si ru sual nak tam pi ban tua hnui pathian ka thai la pathian cha kai pe la ban ti mana e prung nak tam pi chang du nak ta tak zong kho ti lo pathian ko du nak thin lo zong kho ti lo. When you are still young, I'm so glad you guys, all of you guys, come to church every single Sunday. I'm so thankful for all of you guys. This is the best time that you have. Man, this is the best time to read books. This is the best time to learn. Amen? Once you have kids, over. For some people. Right? To learn new things after you get married and all of that is maybe in a different way. It's fun, but guys, you have a lot of friends now. You might not have a lot of friends after you get married. The only person you're going to have is your husband or your wife. Life will never be the same again. But the time to learn, the time to grow is now. You remember Pastor Jeff? He asked that question. Are you growing? Or are you just growing older? He said this, are you growing? Are you growing as a person every year? Or are you just growing older, right? You hit 20, you hit 22, you hit 23, 24, but you're still the same person doing the same thing, making the same mistakes, committing the same sin, but are you growing as a person, as a follower of Christ? Next up, bentuk pihak lo zang fa nak tin. Mating kadit telamo, Mino ni sede sabuk chan la kaduk velo. Luke 9, kamera ho zong chinlo. Luke 9, 24, 25. For whoever will save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will save it. For what does it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses or forfeits himself? Vậy chúng bùng lúc hem menung ni cho men se nei men se lo atharawa sung tunga chun zeda san tlai nak Young people, follow Jesus. Remember your Creator. Remember your Creator. The one who created you, the one who loved you, the one who died for you, the one who forgave your sin, the one who will always be with you. Amen? Your friends will come and go. Your family will come and go too. All the people that you love may come and go, but Jesus will always be the same. And He will always be by your side. And He said, remember your Creator. Nula pan ha zong, katar tuk dia ruat lau. Zungza nun nak ding ban ruat taksian nan nau tuk ritso. Amen. Kan nau tuk rit zungza nun nak ding ban ruat taksian hi kum som ruk te bang na, kum som nga ti bang na cho. Saklo ma. Zai man salo cho. Kan nau tuk rit na boy patong kan nau tuk rit na CCBC boy pat la chwa kan chau tuk. Kaban chim chan la mo mi kri fa bu te thi lo nak thong pang te ka thai to na hen je tlok na o nge chana ka rom pin na le a mai cho poi tu ka ti ko na te khat le ya je tlok na boi pa kan kri fa bu la kan jang fa to ke te nang ma jang fa nak thong kan nung ri nang ma jang fa nak thong en tu kan chol chang kho ri le boi pa na min thang thas ko se te lom bia ka chim pe boi pa min thang than nam ko se boi pa tla chwa se nun na he kam ma ting kan sar kho mi kan to kho mi selo kan thrau kan su ko chunga chun Zayda kampumi hi vlei chung pumluk kan chow mi hi zayda san tlai na kom. Mino na I want to encourage you guys, seek God while He may be found. The best time to search God and know God is right now. You know what they said? They said, you know, it's just sad, lonely, single people. They become sad, lonely, married people. Even if you get married, if you've just been like that, sad and lonely, and you don't know God, you'll become that same person. Marriage will not fulfill you. Amen? Amen. But trust me, marriage will not fulfill you. Marriage will not fulfill you. Nobody can fulfill you. Only God can fulfill you. All your desire, all your heart, all that you need, He will be the one that will fulfill you. If you're sad, lonely, not knowing God, desperate, miserable as a single person, don't ever think that just because you date somebody, just because you marry somebody, your life will be okay. It doesn't make sense that way either. But if you know God now, if you know God right now, if your life is full of joy right now, you may be able to share with your future spouse. And they will receive a lot of blessings from you. Amen? Makasicho. How many can nak he clinter to an koloi boy pazisu long long se. So kampong kam ka ban chimtan ha ban kirtan ha silo next one to Allah. Remember your Creator in your youth ya ban chimtan na nauliwa na sartu pathian thailo te ban chimtan ha se nula pa na zong kapi zong ka ban chimu kapi Julia pi zong ka Amen. Kan nau lewa boy pa kol kau nau si boy pa lom ter kau nau si lo. Amani biar kan cik tik zonga amaya kan dia lai. Long lom nak kan kate kau la makha kachim kom isi se lo. Worship band zang fa de bang kata nau si kan bass ka cha zang mo. Chung chung shum ka zawa kan ka zang fa tuk le. Cha tang kan tum piak